matters to people.
What's up, squirrel? Mom's getting a smoke and making her coffee, and then she'll be in here. Better make sure I set this right so it doesn't give me the live chat. Seeing that beeping, that blinking right there? I don't know if you can see it, but it's kind of annoying. Apparently there's a high-speed chase going on right now in California. She might have got lost. What's up, guys? She'll be in here in a minute. She's getting a. I think she let her dog out, and she's getting a smoke and making a coffee. She's gotta have her coffee. She's like her coffee's like my tea. Like I have to have a tea. She has to have coffee. Yep. We're gonna talk with my mom. That's what's on the agenda. Normally those talks go wherever they end up going. Here she is.
I brought a pillow because my arse always hurts.
She thinks my chair's uncomfortable.
And I brought my jacket because I always freeze in Danny's room.
Hey, I turned it. Well, I didn't turn it off.
Oh, and to anybody who wants to know, this is another shirt that Danny got me. Silver Dollar City, right?
Yeah, it says Silver Dollar City, yeah.
So, yeah. So, I thought I'd show you guys. I don't know who's on.
Not very many people. I just turned it on, so not really many people's on yet. But Squirrel's on and.
Hi, Squirrel.
And Truckin'.
Truckin'?
Yeah.
Girl or guy?
I have no idea.
Girl or guy truckin'?
I'm assuming probably a guy, though.
Hey, women are out there.
I said assuming, I didn't say it was.
Women are out there, truckers too.
Squirrel said, hey, Mom, how's it going?
Hey, we've had one of them weeks that it's just been different, right? I mean, different. I mean,
It's,
I,
yeah.
I like to talk to Danny about stuff, but sometimes I get so aggravated about
Stupid people.
stuff that really isn't any of my business, but is. Because if you hurt my son,
Yeah, but some stuff I don't tell you.
I'm going to come unglued. Because that's what moms do. But like I've told you guys before, I have days I don't like my sons for some of the things they do. I love them to pieces. I bend over backwards for them and all that kind of stuff. But I have days I don't like them. But when you step on my kids, then you step on me. And that always makes a mother's blood boil.
That's what the squirrel just said. She said, I feel you don't poke the mother bear.
That's right. That's right. And I feel like my son got shoved around a lot this week.
By both bitches. I mean, people.
And I didn't like it at all. And I'm going to put this out there for everybody, but mostly one person. And if they're listening to this, they'll know.
They might. There's 5 people on, so.
They'll know who I'm talking about. If I thought for a minute, listen good. If I thought for a minute my granddaughter was mentally ill or had a problem, she'd have been at a doctor a long time ago.
Oh, you're talking to the other person.
So I'm telling you.
She could be on here too, though. They both watch everything I do.
I'm telling you. There is no signs of anything wrong with my granddaughter. I have a sister that's bipolar, who's lived with depression, who's schizophrenic, and everything else. Any of them things, she'd have been at the doctor 5 years ago. So stop your crap. I mean,
Trucking, but Mama Parker ain't playing.
I'm telling you, my hair's standing on end because if I thought if I thought my granddaughter needed something, I would have bent over backwards to make sure she had it. So just stop putting thoughts into her head that something's wrong because it's not. Ugh, that's it on that one because I might say something I'll regret.
Yeah, I don't really care what you say anymore. Like I said in the last video, because I talked about the government this week in a lot of my videos.
Aren't they a mess?
Well,
I mean, you guys.
The
government's a mess.
Let me finish what I'm saying. I talked about the government this last week, and my views went from 10,000 a day to 300.
Oh. Isn't that awful that people don't want to hear the truth?
No, that means YouTube
is
stopping my views.
And that's horrible. But yeah, I wanted to just come in and say hi because,
that's why people ain't coming into the live either because they're suppressing my lives too.
They're what?
Suppressing my lives. There's only 4 people on.
So that means nobody can come in because
they
are afraid you're going to talk about it again. Right?
No.
Oh.
It just means
what does that mean?
They're not telling people that I'm live.
Oh.
At all.
Ain't that horrible? That's just horrible.
Yeah, YouTube is shadow banning me. That's what they're doing.
Grow up.
There ain't nothing I can do about it. So
I
I told everybody in the live that I just did because I did a live with Tucker Carlson. I said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna talk about what I want anyway." And then if they kick me off YouTube, I'll just go to Twitter, or not Twitter, but Twitter.
I just Yeah, we've had a week. So the other day, uh, and this is just leading up to a scenario that I picked up on myself the other day. But Brandon had stopped by to look at Jessica's vehicle, and I didn't know he bought it.
Nobody did.
I mean, it's called respect. You tell somebody so they don't think anything, or they think that somebody's robbing the vehicle or something like that. The respectful
For you guys
thing
understand
to
this,
do,
though, we had Jessica's car here because they couldn't park it where they were.
Yeah. So
she's telling you a story without telling you why.
That's what it was. The car was parked here. Danny was being kind, letting Jess keep the car here. Well, we didn't know that Brandon had bought it because no one told us. So Brandon was up at the car, and I didn't know who it was, you guys. Cola alerted on him. We have cameras, but Cola alerted because I'm not in Danny's room to see the monitor for the cameras. I'm in the front room, which is up at the other end of the house. And so Cola alerted to Brandon being on the property. And so Brianna and I was standing there, and I was ready to call the cops. And I told Brianna, I said, Brianna, call your dad. So she did. Well, Brandon goes right by us both standing on the front porch. He doesn't stop. He doesn't tell us who he is. He doesn't anything. He just drives on by like not a care in the world. Well, I don't know what the heck that boy's vehicle looks like. How the hell would I know? So it just so happened Danny pulled up 3 minutes later. 3 minutes. Because I was ready to call the cops on Brandon. Because I didn't know who he was. I didn't know what he was doing. I didn't know if he was stealing something. You don't know. So, we all came in, and Danny figured out that it was Brandon and all that, and it was okay. So Brianna was playing back the video, and when I heard my voice come on, you guys, I was like, oh my gosh, listen to my twang. Guys, my voice, because, you hear your voice, but when it's recorded, you really hear your voice. And I was like, oh my gosh, do I have a southern twang? Something terrible. And I don't notice it myself, but when she played back Danny's video, I could hear it, and I was like, is that really me? Oh my goodness, I sound like such a dork. And Danny said, Mom, we don't notice our own voices when they're ours. Because to us it's normal. But when you hear it, you kind of think, is that really me? Do I really sound like that? I mean, come on, I sound like an idiot. I mean, I was like totally shocked. It just blew me away. So then a couple of days later, I come in here and I tell Danny we need to get something out for supper. Now you guys will probably remember this when we were on the last time. Ashley and I was talking about how we bang our toes out. And you guys, I knew that sooner or later I was going to stub my toes. Because every time I talk about it, and I'm doing it again, so I know it's probably going to happen again, I stub my toes. Well, so Danny and I are walking into the freezer in the dining room. And you guys, I just walked right into a chair. I mean, just as plain as day. Oh my gosh, the tears welled up in my eyes. And the first word that come out of my mouth was Ashley. And Danny's behind me said, Ain't Ashley's fault, Mom. I said, she was talking about stubbing toes. And I said, I hadn't done mine in a while, and I did it, you guys. And my toes are still swelled up. I don't think I broke them this time, but I hit them hard enough that, yeah, I felt it. And I broke my toes so many times, so if I stub them again because I talked about it, Lord help me.
Squirrel put, I said the same thing when I made my first garden video about her voice.
When you heard your voice?
Yeah.
I mean, when you hear your voice, because you don't listen to your own voice, you hear it, but you don't listen to it when it's recorded or anything, so, you know, you don't pay any attention to it. And I told Danny, I said, Danny, I have such a twang. I said, oh my gosh, people probably think I'm some kind of dork or something, you know? I guess you can tell I'm pure country, because it definitely shows I have a country voice. I'm definitely Southern. So, yeah. Then like I
Ashley said, hey, Mom, sorry, laughing out loud.
You know, Ashley, I blamed you. I really, Danny was right behind me. We were going to the freezer. And I stubbed my toes just as hard as I could. I mean,
she wasn't looking down either.
I wasn't.
It was kind of her own damn fault.
I wasn't, but the first word out of my mouth was Ashley. Danny, like I said, Danny was right behind me. He said, it ain't Ashley's fault, Mom. You know, and I said, no. We were talking about stubbing toes a couple of days ago. And I knew it. I knew if I even talked about it, so I'm going to have to quit talking about stubbing my toes, because every time I stub my toes. I do. Like I said, I didn't break them this time, but they're still swelled up, so I probably sprang them pretty good. But yeah, I hit hard. And what else was I going to tell her? Oh, Ashley, I got my coffee yesterday.
Yeah.
Woman, it's amazing. I have never in my life, I'm 62 years old. Never in my life, and I've drank Taster's Choice singles for 30 years. I've never seen an 80 pack. I mean, ever in my life. And when did
she asked if you'd drunk it all already.
No, I haven't even opened it.
She still has a few left.
You know, but yeah, I was like totally amazed. This is an 80 box, you guys. I was like, what the crap? We're definitely country, because we don't get that kind of stuff here, you know. I don't know where it came from.
Well, you can get it here. You just gotta order it from Walmart. That's what she did. She just ordered it from Walmart.
But it's not on the Walmart shelves here.
Yeah, but you can still order it from Walmart, and then they deliver it to the Walmart.
But I wonder where they get it from, and why
Walmart.
Why I've never seen it.
They just don't have it on the shelf.
I've seen a 46 pack and a 48. A couple of times Danny got me a 48, but I've never seen an 80 pack. So it was like cool to see something that I like that came in such a big size. And it's actually cheaper than the way I buy it.
Yeah, it was way cheaper than the way you buy it.
Yeah, because I buy it by 6 little boxes, and Danny, when he picks it up for me, he usually gives me 12, and it costs me real close to $20, which is only, what we figure out, 72 single serves or something like that. 72, 76, something like that. It's less than what's in the 80 box, and the 80 box was cheaper. So I was like, oh, Ashley, thank you so much.
We live in central Missouri.
You made my day. You really did, girl. You made my day. It
She put, I guess I could say at least you was thinking about me when you.
I did. You can ask Danny. He was right behind me. The first word out of my mouth was Ashley, and the first words out of his mouth were, "It's not Ashley's fault." That's what Danny said. But
She said, "Yeah, it's cheaper to buy the big box."
I've never seen it.
Well, you can order from Walmart too, just like she did.
You know, I've never seen it. So now I know. I mean, when you don't know something, well, I'd be poor. You know, but I thought it was pretty cool because it is a lot cheaper. It's like $6 or $7 cheaper. Deanie and I figured out. So next time I may do that myself. Just
She
order
won't.
it. I have money on your card. I can say Deanie order it.
She still won't.
So. Yeah, it all depends. Sometimes I'm so fly by night, you guys. I try my best to be as honest as I can possibly be. And I guarantee I've lost a lot of friends and family members for my honesty.
I just don't like people. So.
And I'm still going to be honest whether people like me or not. You know, so when you lie and stuff like that, it catches up with you. You know, people think nothing ever comes back to them, but you know it does.
Fuck yeah, everything comes back to you eventually.
It comes back, and karma's always 100 times worse. So I'm a firm believer. Tell the truth. You don't have to come up with 1,000,001 stories. You know, I was kind of angry when I first came in here, and you ones that were here and heard me, I apologize for my angry tone.
Oh.
But
how's it going, Haley?
It really upset me.
Haley said hi.
Hi, Miss Haley. It really upset me when somebody thinks that Danny and I would sit here and let my granddaughter suffer. Come on, you guys have seen her. Does it look like anything's wrong? I mean, you would pick up on it if it was.
Trucking's from Missouri.
Oh, wow.
I don't know what part, but he's from Missouri. I guess it's a he. They never said they were a she, so.
Wow. My uncle was a trucker, and he loved it. He was also a cop. He loved that too, you know, because he got away with a lot, but, you know. And then I have a brother who's a sheriff and served 25 years, you know, in the service and did Desert Storm and all that stuff, you know.
Now, I'm grateful for what he did, but he's a fucking dickhead.
I am very grateful that he served us and he served us well. But
he's
yeah,
still a dickhead.
He's different.
No, he's a dickhead.
It's hard to believe we were raised by the same parents, and he's so different. But, you know.
No, he's not different. He's a fucking dickhead.
We're all entitled to our own opinions.
My opinion is he's a dickhead.
You're entitled to that opinion. He's always going to be my brother. We haven't talked since my mother passed away. Because I said what was on my mind about when my mother passed. I believe I had the right to say the things I said, and I won't go into it. But two of my siblings told me not to ever speak to them again or talk to them again or anything like that. And one was my brother and one was a sister. And you know what? I haven't done it. I have one sister I haven't talked to, and Mama's been gone now.
Almost 3 years.
Almost 3 years. And one sister
In December,
I haven't
talked to. It'll be 3 years.
Yeah.
It's like your mom died the same year Dad died.
Yeah.
Just
10 in, 10 out.
Dad died
10 in.
January 10th, and your mom died December 24th.
December.
It was.
My mom died.
It was 10 days before the end of the year.
But we didn't bury her until the 31st.
Yeah.
Because everybody wanted to make it through the holidays, and I was really upset that they decided to do my mom's funeral service on the 31st, because that's my brother's birthday.
I don't care.
I thought that was very disrespectful to my brother. And he thought it was very disrespectful. And, to me it was. They should have waited one more day out. Because now on his birthday, that's all he's going to think about. And I thought that was wrong.
Actually, but I had to order it because that Walmart sucks. Yeah, Cuba Walmart does suck.
Our Cuba Walmart, it's small, you guys. It's for a very small community.
No, it's because freaking Brandy Mace, which owns the grocery store, wouldn't allow a super center to come to Cuba.
I don't know nothing about that.
That's what happened.
So.
That's why there's not Cuba Walmart owns all that property right there, because they were going to put a super center there. But they didn't, because Randy Mace threw a fit about it because they would make his business.
Well, he didn't want to.
But then he bought
go through the monotony of.
Well, they would out fucking
competition with another.
But then he bought another store in competition against himself.
And it went out of business.
Well, yeah,
So now it's back
you're fighting yourself.
Yeah, now it's back to
just him.
Everything's expensive.
Yeah, it's
because he can put any price on his stuff he wants and get away with it. Because he's the only grocery store in town.
Well, in Cuba.
Yeah, in Cuba. So,
And Trucker said yes, he's a he. And then Squirrel put, my dad still drives that big rig, but he does the heavy loads. And then, oh yeah, the heavier, the more money usually.
You make.
That's cool. And his Squirrel put, yeah.
Isn't it the longer you drive too, the more you make with the bigger loads and the further away you go, mileage or whatever, how they do it. I don't remember how my uncle used to tell me. But the further you went with the heaviest loads, the more you made, is what I'm trying to say. But there's a different way of wording it in the trucker world.
Haley put, Danny, you are... Oh, what the fuck. My computer just shut down, so I'll have to bring it up on here. You are correct in your opinion, but when some of us serve, we aren't the same people. I didn't say everybody. And I'm totally fine with him serving. Like, I respect him for that. I just don't fucking like him.
Who?
Your brother.
Oh, my brother.
Everybody that serves, I have respect for.
Absolutely. He's never disrespected my brother for...
My freedom ain't because of me. My freedom's because of them.
Right. He's never disrespected my brother that way.
So I don't have any disrespect towards him for serving. I have disrespect for him at the way he treated my mother.
And that's exactly... He didn't like the way my brother treated me.
And I'm like...
It had nothing to do with the service and that he's still serving because he's a sheriff.
He's a piece of shit, in my opinion.
Firefighter, he's an EMT, he's all
I
that stuff.
don't give a fuck who he is. I think he's a piece of shit.
And he does serve his community. But what he did to me, neither one of my boys liked. And they thought it was very disrespectful.
And then he
because I'm their mother.
Then he disrespected my father by saying, well, at least you got to go see your father. I was like, even if I fucking would have snowed, I'd have went and seen my father. And that pissed him off Because when it snowed, he used that as an excuse not to go to his father's funeral. So he's a piece of shit. This is my opinion, and I'm going to stick with that being my opinion. I don't disrespect him for being in the Army because I respect everybody that's been in the Army.
Oh yeah, we have taught our boys that they respect the
But I don't
men and women of Army services.
But I don't
Marines
respect
or whatever.
I don't respect that guy at all.
Navy, whatever. You respect them because if it wasn't for any of them, you know what, you guys, we wouldn't be here.
Ashley said, Mom, I'll send you some more coffee next month. Now, what about the creamer? Was it okay?
You know, I haven't tried it yet, Ashley.
Because she still has some.
Because I still had some, but you know what? I think I'll open it tonight, and I will let you know. I will try it out.
Why is it not showing? Okay, there it is.
And just see if I like it. You know, which I know I will because I like different flavors. But I'm being honest when I tell you I can't afford them. So when I get something, it's usually the cheaper version, which I'm okay with. You know, a lot of people think that you have to buy expensive, but you don't, you guys. The cheaper is just as good. Add your own spices. You're going to have the same thing that's in that Del Monte can. Come on. The only difference between the cheap, most of the time,
okay.
there is some.
I was gonna say there
is some differences sometimes.
Yes.
But for the most part, you can add your own spices and have the same thing that's in that expensive can. You're paying for the name. I mean, a lot of times, 2 or 3 companies are together. You know, that make vegetables and noodles and things like that. They're from the same company, these products are. First, you have your name brand, then your cheap brand, then your cheaper brand, and they're all coming out of the same factory, you guys.
So, truck input, yes. For example, this load pays $4 a mile, and if you drive more miles, it's going to pay more to compensate for the more fuel you're going to use.
Yeah, my uncle said that. I knew there was a way of putting it to where you truckers, you know, understand it. And I always tried to understand as a teenager because I went with my uncle a lot when he was in this area. I loved to get in that big old diesel and get in a cab and sit down and be able to look down on I mean, it was awesome. You know, as a teenager, it was awesome. You know, or even going out when my uncle was a mechanic, and he would go out and work on the diesels. You know, because they would call him out on the highway and stuff, and I would go out, and the truckers were always kind, and they'd let me sit up in the cab and look in their beds in the back, and you know, guys, that's awesome. If you ever get a chance to let your kids see what's really in a diesel, if you find a nice trucker, and there's a lot of them out there, they'll let your children look and see, you know, what their vehicles are like. And it's just awesome to see that they're carrying their home right there. And I know they get tired of it, you know, because if it wasn't for our truckers, we wouldn't have the things that we need, you guys. So, yay, truckers. I have nothing but respect for you guys, too, because a lot of times you don't make nothing, but yet you're still out there fighting for all of us and hauling us our food and utensils and furniture and even bikes and tricycles. You know, you guys are carrying them around for us. So kudos to you truckers who just keep going. Thank you so much.
She said, off topic, but I called Jess, which is her sister, and told her the 8th is Mom's benefit, that I needed her help with cups, plates, and forks. And you know what that bitch told me? She said, well, use the child support payment you get. Yeah, she sent her the money and it bounced. Yeah, that's what she told her to use.
Ashley, do you need me to wire you some money because I'll pay for it? I mean,
I don't think that's the point.
I don't have a lot, but I'm willing to pay for it. Let me and Danny know how much you need, and I'll send it to you.
I think it's just her sister should help, is what she was getting at.
Sometimes I don't understand family. Sometimes I just don't. But you know, when you get hurt by your family so much.
Ashley's raising her daughters.
I know she is. God bless you, Ashley. You're, to me, you're just the bomb shizzle. I mean, you'd be a wonderful sister. So, you know, not saying that I don't have wonderful sisters.
I won't say a word.
Because they are, and they're beautiful, you guys. I don't have an ugly sister one.
Don't cry about them bitches. I'm
No.
sorry. They're not. They're not good people.
They're beautiful. I mean, absolutely. They got the looks that I didn't. You know, but
They're bitches.
I love them to pieces, but I'm having a really hard time forgiving them. Really hard time. And I don't care. I know
Don't cry about them fucking idiots.
I know it's been almost 3 years, but one of my sisters had a pact with me and my sister Peggy, and she broke it, and she broke my heart. And
Just drop the
I haven't talked to her because she cussed me up one side and down the other.
You're gonna make me say stuff that
And told
you're not gonna want to hear. So let's
never
move
talk to her
we're
again.
on to the next subject because
Danny gets
I can't
mad.
fucking stand these bitches.
Danny gets mad at me because my feelings come out. I mean, you know, I'm like
no,
anybody else.
That's not why I get mad at her. I get mad at her because she lets these stupid fucking bitches fucking get to her because they're her family. No, fuck your family. If your family treats you like shit, fuck them. you that's the only way to look at it. And if I'm sorry, sometimes
I have a big heart,
sometimes the people that are not your family are more family than your fucking family.
That's true too.
So fuck them bitches.
You know, so.
And that's the only way you'll ever see me ever. And
I still love them all.
Okay, Ashley said, no, I get it, Mom. I'll make sure I get it to it. Just make me mad. She is my sister, my mom's blood, but yet she can't do anything.
Well, you just let us know if you need it. We're there for you, girl. We are. We're there for you.
And Ashley said, you're one hot mama.
Oh, well, thank you. I know I'm not good looking or anything like that, you guys, and I don't want praise. You know, now when I was younger, I have to tell you, I look damn good. And I don't say potty words, and I just said that, forgive me, God. But when I was younger, I look pretty good, I think. But I'm older now. I pretty much live my life. My life has caught up with me. But you know, we don't have to be pretty or anything like that, you guys. It's what's in our hearts that matters. What's in your heart is who makes you who you are. You can be the prettiest person in the world and have the coldest heart, and you are going to be so deadgum ugly. You know, it's what's in your heart. Come on. I don't care if you're ugly, fat, skinny, like me, and I'm skinny. I don't care if you have short hair, long hair, big feet, little feet, big penis, little penis. I don't care.
Okay, there's something. You gotta watch what you say or some things.
That wasn't vulgar or nothing. That was just, you know.
I got it, but
we're all
you
human
gotta watch
beings.
What you say.
We're all human beings, and we all come short of the glory of God. Every single one.
Anyways, Ashley put, yeah, Mom, he's right. Blood don't make you family. Family is the first to fuck you. Exactly.
You know, I have really found that out, and it's terrible. I'm 62 years old, and
I've been telling her for 40 years.
The people you trust the most. And I really trusted somebody and found out in this last week and a half, I'm always going to love her.
Let's not go into this fucking
she
bitch.
She messed up.
Yeah, fucking.
And it really hurt.
You always fucking give her the benefit of the doubt. She's a dumb fucking bitch.
I do.
You just fucking stop with her bullshit.
I always.
Stop crying over this stupid bitch. That's what she is. It's not worth crying over. She hasn't changed. This is how she's been her whole fucking time.
You know, it's hard to have a good heart. Because when somebody hurts you, they hurt you.
And you let them, because you keep
keep
forgiving them every time. Like with Johnny's bullshit.
Because I love them.
Oh my God, you can't love people that treat you like shit. I'm sorry.
We're supposed to love everyone.
You're supposed to love everyone, but when people treat you like shit, you're not supposed to love them.
We're supposed to love everyone.
Okay, so then you should love everybody. Even if they treat you like shit. Fuck that.
No. You're supposed to love everyone, but it doesn't say you have to like what they do.
Fuck that.
Yeah. But we are supposed to love everyone.
Yeah, no.
And
we'll agree to disagree, because no.
And I have a good heart, and it gets broken a lot. And I don't hide it. And it don't make my son happy. Because he always tells me, stop crying, suck it up, Mom.
Well, no, that's not...
know, but...
No, I don't... The crying's fine. But when it's the same thing you're crying about every single time because you're letting these fucking idiots, bother you every day of your life, and you're letting it get to you all the fucking time from the same dumb fucking idiots, you probably should learn by now that they're fucking idiots. That's just my opinion. But Trucker put, I like Mama Parker. She is a smart woman with a lot of wisdom. I was typing this and heard her say little penis.
I was talking about people, everybody, you know, you can be big, small, cute, big. I better not say it again because Danny said some things we can't say, but what you just typed, big, little, I mean, you know,
I just said it, so I guess it don't really fucking matter.
You know, we're all human, and nobody's perfect. And we're judged by our hearts, not our words.
Man, yes, family is the worst. You can never trust them. And
they'll be the first to stab you in the back.
And Ashley said, was your supper good?
Actually, it was, Ashley. Danny cooked tonight, and we had egg rolls and, what are them called? Shoestring fries. And we had peas, carrots, and green beans together, which I haven't ever had. This was the first time I've had peas and carrots together and green beans and carrots together, but I've never had all three of them together. So Danny put them all three in there tonight, and you know what? It was actually really good. So if you guys want to try something that's different, if you're tired of the same old thing, try it.
It was really good.
It was really good. So yeah, supper was great. How was yours? Did you have pizza? No.
Oh shit!
That was meant as a funny, Ashley. But I bet you did have pizza. Because
no, she's cut it down to where they only get like pizza 3 times a month.
Oh, good for you, Ashley. You know, we had Keenan this weekend, so...
Good night, Haley.
It's gonna be pizza.
She said I didn't cook, laughing out loud.
Oh, so it was pizza night.
No, I think they had hot dogs.
You know, there's nothing wrong with the good old hot dog, because if I don't feel like cooking, we're having hot dogs.
You can't have hot dogs here because we don't have any.
Yeah, I got a pack.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
I'm pretty sure you don't.
I'm pretty sure I do.
Well, damn it, that's what we should have had tonight.
Well, you had done put it all in, so,
Yeah.
you know. But I do need to get some more because,
We like hot dogs here, so it doesn't bother me. I'll eat hot dogs every day.
yeah, I will too. And a baked potato, you guys. I mean, I have bought baked potatoes for the last 2 months. And believe you me, we've had 3 of the, are they 10-pound bags or
Yeah.
20?
Yeah.
Pound bags, and we've ate them.
What?
We're gonna need more Jello. I'm loving this stuff.
Save me at least one.
I know. I'm
And not
eating
the
them
strawberry
all,
ones.
And yeah, not a strawberry.
but these things are good.
I don't like Jello, so I ate one and then
I do like Jello.
I ate a half of one and I threw it away.
You should have gave it to me.
You were asleep.
I don't care what
He
you
ate the one, he said it tastes like grape jelly at first,
It wasn't good.
and then he said it was nasty.
Yeah.
Good.
So,
Squirrel said they had
Yeah,
baked
it's
chicken,
crazy.
green beans, and her son had mac and cheese.
you know, I can eat mac and cheese every day of my life. I mean, every day. That and
You need to
ramen noodles.
Get on that app that Ashley gets on. I don't know what it's called. You have to ask Ashley. I'm sure she's on your. You can talk to her through Instagram, right?
Yeah.
See what that app is, and then go on there and find some stuff for her daughter, because for your July Christmas thingy, my daughter. Her daughter likes,
Makeup and cow print and stuff.
yeah,
Yeah, I
cow
asked
shit. She wants a big old pile
Of cow
of
dung?
cow manure
Go out here
that
in
you
the
can
field
throw
and
it-
get her one.
that you can throw it.
Yeah, we used to do that as kids.
I'm kidding.
We had cow pie fights as kids.
I did too.
Come
You guys
on,
are
you older
disgusting.
people, you know
It was
what I'm
fun.
talking about. Oh no, it was fun.
I ain't giving.
We
It
used
was
to
a
go out to
joke.
cow fields and have cow dung fights. Come on now. We did things the kids. Well, back then, you know, we had to make up things to do and just do things. We didn't have cell phones and
What did you?
computers
we didn't
and
have
all
cell
that
phones and-
stuff. So.
We didn't have cell phones and computers when I was a kid till like '96 or something.
So you went outside and you did sometimes some pretty. I used to play in the pig pen with the pigs. I mean, get down
Ashley-
in the mud holes. and
Ashley
stuff.
loves pigs.
So I mean, you know, a cow dung fight was nothing. You know, you hurl them chips at somebody. Oh, it was funny. It was funny. And if they'd sit
Ashley
out in the
said she
sun and
loves her some
stuff.
mac and cheese.
Oh, mac and cheese, yeah.
Yuck.
I
And she said, "Yep, 8 mud pies." Laughing out loud.
Yep. As a little bitty one, I remember making cow pies. Now I'm thinking of we should go out and build and have a cow dung fight, but you know.
You would lose.
I would. Yeah, because I
First one
can't.
would knock you over.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably. But I remember doing that kind of stuff as a kid, or you'd go in a chicken coop and you'd get. Now you wore gloves and stuff. You didn't just pick up the crap. You know, if you were a farmer or something, you had gloves and stuff. But you'd get the chicken crap and you'd throw it at each. I mean, come on. We were
Truck it-
kids. We came up with
Truck it,
things
but-
to do.
If they're too old, they feel like hockey pucks.
Yeah, but you know they fling good. You know, you're from Missouri, you know what I'm talking about. I mean, when you get one that's really hard and you can fling them at somebody, they were getting a bruise.
And I drunk out of the water hose and I'm still alive.
Yeah, me too.
And I
And
was
out
in
the
the-
creeks.
and I was in the back of a pickup truck with no seatbelt.
Yeah. And we would walk for miles to go to the river to swim by ourselves. I mean, when we were little, we were like 7, 8 years old, walking to the creek 2 or 3 miles away. You know, our parents were back at the farmhouse with Aunt Linda and Uncle Ed, and here we were going 2 and 3 miles to the creek to go swimming, and we drank that water and everything else. They didn't have the stuff in it then that they have now,
Well, you got to find spring-fed water now.
you know.
If you're gonna drink
But,
out of the water, The only water you should drink out of is spring-fed water.
You know, the creeks back then weren't like they are now.
Ashley said I also had a phone with a cord.
Yep, me too.
When we first got a phone at my mom's house, it was one of those ones that were on the wall, and you had to go.
No, we didn't have them on the wall. It said
You had one that was on the wall for a long ass time.
Oh, that was in Stanton.
No, I'm talking about in Cuba.
No, I never had a wall
Yes,
phone.
you did.
No, I didn't.
I lived there for my whole life. Yes, you did.
No, I didn't, son. I never had a wall phone in Cuba.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
You did.
No, I didn't.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
It always said.
There was one on the coffee table, but one time you had one on the wall.
Never.
Okay.
The only time I had a wall phone, I lived in Stanton.
Okay. I'm not going to argue with you about something that I know for a fact.
We did not have a wall phone. Nope.
Yes, but anyways.
Where was it?
It was on the wall.
Where?
Oh, fuck yeah, I remember it being on the wall. Fuck, I was young when when we lived there.
We never had a wall phone, son.
I'm not going to argue with you over something so stupid. Squirrel said in a billion page phone book.
Yeah, this thick. Because
Took 10 minutes to find the number.
yeah. Yeah, and you was always grateful for an operator that wasn't a recording like it is now, but you got an operator who actually looked it up for you and they were really good at it. You know, and they could find it within a minute. To where if you were looking for it, turn a page, do the back page, do this page, turn the page. It took you forever. Yeah. So if you knew you were going to call somebody the next day, you looked that number up and you marked it in the book and you also circled it. You know, you had to have ink pen and it'd be circled. So if you ever were needing the number again, it was already circled and you knew where it was by the circle that was on it because you had done research to it. So yeah, I remember that too.
Then we're also fun for short people to sit on when they're in their cars. Mom used to set her a phone book in her truck. Well, it was the van. Because that van sit low, but it was up high.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, my van was so ugly.
Oh,
I mean, everybody got out of my way though. And that thing ran good. I'm telling you guys, it was a 70s hippies van. I mean, it had the windows in the back and everything, you know. But, and then when you opened it up, the back seat folded down into a bed. And the table was there and it had a refrigerator and a sink. Everything was in this van. You know, and it was ugly. Oh, I'm telling you, when you seen it coming, you thought, yeah, there's a piece of crap, but it ran good, and people got out of your way.
But as long as the water's moving, you should be okay. We lived at the creek for most of our childhood.
We always did. We were always in water when I was a kid. Even if we went to the swimming pool in town, we were always in the water doing something, or always out on hikes, or just something.
Riding your bikes.
Riding bikes, yep. Have a game of touch football, tackle football. We played basketball. We played baseball. These kids nowadays don't do nothing. Nothing. And then people say, and this is not a put down, but people say, oh, my kid's really lazy and fat. Well, do you make them get up and do some stuff? Are you feeding them the right vegetables? Are you telling them they ain't getting no snacks unless they eat right? Or, you know, which, you know, a lot of times people can have weight problems. Because believe me, when I was younger, I did too. I mean, I had to monitor my weight when I was younger. And then after I had both my boys, you guys, I got really skinny. And I went through a lot because I ended up having an emergency hysterectomy when I was 28. And I thought, yes, I'm going to put on some weight. I was excited, because everybody had said, oh, when you have a hysterectomy, you put on weight and everything. You guys, I lost even more weight. So I was like, not a firm believer in the hysterectomy will help you gain weight. Because it sure didn't me. It didn't my sister Laura. Now my sister Penny and Patty, they're not fat or nothing, but they look good. Now my sister Peggy's a little heavyweight. But she has a lot of thyroid problems and stuff like that, so she does have a weight problem.
Yeah, there's some good streams around here. There's one in Sullivan that you can drink the water out of.
Yeah, in Merrimack Springs.
I wouldn't drink out of Merrimack Springs water. That's
I probably would. Oh, right down there.
No, I'm talking Sullivan.
Right down from the bottom of my house. What is that called? Baptist Creek?
Yeah, I wouldn't drink out of that water either.
Baptist Creek. Oh, I forget what it's called. But I'm telling you, they have watercress there and everything, you guys. And oh my gosh, it's so good.
I wouldn't drink that water either.
See, I probably would.
When we were younger, I would have, but not anymore.
Because it does come from a spring.
But there is a spring that's in Sullivan that I'll drink the water out of. It's down by that freaking park that's just outside on the most dangerous road in Missouri. I can't think of the name of the place, but...
The road to nowhere?
No, it's the main highway that goes outside of Sullivan.
185.
Yeah, 185. Yeah, there's a park down there.
Merrimack.
I'm not going out 185 there, ain't. Merrimack's down there.
The Merrimack's out 185 in
I'm
Sullivan,
not talking about the
too.
river. I'm talking about a park that's got a spring that's just outside
out
of
by
Sullivan.
the hospital.
No. Go 185. 185 is nowhere near the hospital.
By Fisher Cave? Is that what you're talking about?
No, there's like a big silo there, and it's freaking got a graveyard at the top of the hill, and
out by Fisher Cave.
And there's a freaking creek out there.
Okay, I know what you're talking about now, but I'm like,
it's on 180. It's on 185 outside of Sullivan.
Yeah, out by you're talking
it's
about.
It's not nowhere near the hospital. It's on the other freaking hole.
It's out by Fisher Cave.
The other side of fucking.
Yeah, the one that they shut down.
185 ain't nowhere near freaking the hospital.
No, I don't know why I said that because near the hospital is the highway to nowhere.
Yeah.
The highway they were making that went nowhere. And that's what it's called, you guys.
It goes somewhere
highway
now.
To nowhere.
It definitely goes somewhere now, but it didn't.
They spent all that money years ago. And it's been called Highway to Nowhere. Which I don't know. Danny says it goes somewhere now, but it used to didn't. It just would stop.
No, it goes right. It goes all the way to whatever the next town is past Sullivan.
I'm trying to think of this past Sullivan.
But going that way.
Yeah. They have them little towns. Deloge.
I have no fucking
idea. Is it Deloge? I think it's Deloge.
I have no idea. I don't ever go out there, so
I think it's called Deloge.
I just know it goes to the next town.
Yeah. But I think it's called Deloge. Is after that. Yeah. Yeah, I'm right. Because your dad used to go that way.
And there's a place called Spring Branch in Hunter, Missouri, that's the coolest, cleanest water you've ever seen.
The current river is. Now, I remember when Ted took me there, and you could see the snakes just plain as day in the water. I mean, you knew not to get in the water on the current because you could see plumb to the bottom, and it was deep. And you could see plumb to the bottom. It was such clear, beautiful water. You could drink it, though.
That freaking submarine exploded. So there's not going to be any bodies found. Like, literally, it exploded. So once it got to a certain pressure,
I don't even know why they tried that.
It exploded. So the bodies would be as sad as gross as it sounds, pieces. Little pieces. Not big pieces, but little pieces.
And I'm sure the fish and the shark and everything got them. So, you know, I think that's horrible. I don't understand why then people would get in there and I don't get it.
It's just people wanted to see it.
The capacity of the water and
there's been
and the weight.
There's been
and everything and it
40s.
And if you said it looked at
but there's been
as it did.
There's been 47 submarines that have went down and seen the Titanic and not have any problems.
Right.
This boat, though, on the other hand,
pardon me,
this guy did everything that he's not supposed to do. There's multiple paperwork that shows that he didn't have the okay to even do it and did it anyway. The families that died in this, the 3 families that died in this, are all billionaire families. So the company that owns
somebody's in
the
trouble.
Company that the guy that was driving the boat, his company is gonna owe all these people money, and they're gonna sue that company's going out of business. They're gonna sue the fuck out of them. Huh?
I just think it's sad, but you know, I understand that families are going to be upset and they're going to sue. But don't you think the people that got in there took their life in their own hand?
Yeah, you have to sign a paper. There's a waiver on this specific boat. There was a waiver saying that there's a possibility for death.
So,
and you have to sign for it.
So why would you even do that in the first place, you guys? I mean, I can't even imagine. If I looked at something and it looked rickety to me,
like this thing,
I'm staying away from it.
This thing was like you were in a tin can, literally, in a tin can that could hold 5 people sitting on the tin can. Like you're not sitting in seats. You're sitting on the ground inside this submarine that has one window, and that's just so the driver can see where you're going, and it's controlled by a controller that you use on your game system. Literally, it's controlled.
Where was the common sense?
It's controlled by a game controller. The submarine was.
I don't.
As I said, I say a lot is going to come out about it in the next couple of days. I guarantee there's a lot. Like, I got more videos coming on it tomorrow, guys.
And Danny said he got bamboozled.
Bamboozled?
What'd you call it? I said bamboozled. I'm country. You got blackballed or whatever they call that.
Not shadow ban, but not for that.
Oh, shadow ban.
Not for talking about that.
Oh.
I got that because I'm talking about the government.
Oh. You know, it's
I could talk about whatever the fuck I want, as long as I don't say anything about the government. Well, fuck the government. I'll talk about them when I want.
Well, so, you guys, here's another thing that's happened to Danny and I and Brianna this week. We lead a boring life, but here at the house it's never boring because something's always going on. So 3 days in a row, tons of silverware have ended up in the sink again, and nobody knows where it's coming from.
Well, Brianna's eating that pudding, so every time she eats one of those, that's a spoon.
Yeah, but where did they come from all week?
I have no idea.
We were having extra forks, extra knives, extra spoons, and not just 1 or 2. You guys, it'd be like 25 pieces of silverware was showing up in the sink, and it would be on a night like the night I had a cheeseburger. So you don't use a fork, you don't use a knife, you don't use a spoon. Danny had cookies that night for his snack, cookies and milk. So he didn't have no silverware, and Brianna had a brownie.
Oh yeah, she had a brownie, so yeah.
So she didn't have no silverware. You guys, there was 25 pieces of silverware in the sink in the morning. Nobody knows where they came from. And I told Danny, I said, well, just to be on the safe side, I'll say 3 of the spoons are mine. Because I make my coffee and I make it all, it's single serve, mine is. Because when I make a pot, it gets that gross, filmy, almost like there's gasoline or something on the top of the coffee because it sits there, you know. Not saying that's what it is, but it's what it looks like. I don't know where this silverware came from, but I took the blame for 3. Danny took the blame for 3, because you said you had peanut butter and jelly after you had your cookies. So he had knives. He didn't even have spoons, he had knives.
And the butter knives.
So, where the rest of the 20 came from, I don't know. So, but we have had a lot of leftovers in the refrigerator, so maybe our ghosts are hungry. You know? And here lately, like this last week, I've been hearing a lot of noises in the kitchen again, like somebody's just walking around, and I'll say, who's in there? Because I always do. You know, and if it's Danny or Brianna, they'll say Danny or Brianna, and I'll ask them what they're getting, you know. Not that I want what they're getting, because I'm nosy. You know, I don't want what they're getting or anything like that. I just want to know what they're getting. You know, because sometimes it's interesting to see what somebody else will eat besides, you know, what I'll go in and eat a potato or a veggie, to where they'll go in and have a snack or a bowl of cereal or some ice cream or something like that, where I'll go in and eat a potato or a veggie, you know. So I do that quite often, but here lately I'm saying to nobody, I'm saying who's in there. When the cat and the dog are right there with me, and then I'm wondering, wow, who's in the kitchen? Nobody's answering, you know. So we had that scooting around of the feet again in the kitchen, you know, and I'm like, there's nobody in there, you know. It's a good thing they're not mean. Because we'd probably be in a lot of trouble here if they were.
But I don't understand skydiving or deep diving in the ocean. Why flirt with death when you can die literally at any time for any reason? Why chance it?
Exactly, I got you.
But
why would you get on something so
sorry
looking?
I'm sorry, but your day that you're gonna die is set the day you're born. So if I'm gonna die tomorrow, no matter what the fuck I do tomorrow, I'm gonna die tomorrow. Like, that's just how it is. Like, your day that you're gonna die is set before you, as soon as you're born. Like, your day that you're gonna die is gonna happen. It's happening. So, if you die in a submarine that exploded, that was the day you were supposed to die. You didn't rush your death. That was just your day.
But you wonder why people...
I get it. I get what you're saying, because...
Why would you put yourself in that predicament?
You are, but these people, even if they wouldn't have done it, something would have happened that caused their deaths that day. Because it was their day to die.
It's sad. It's sad.
I mean, I hate to put it that way, but that's just... But I get what you're saying. Why the fuck would you get yourself in a tin can that's going 12,500 feet into the water, so that's 2.5 miles, and freaking
You know you're going to be
in
crushed.
a fucking tin can that's run by a remote control that you use on your Xbox. That's just crazy.
I have to wonder, and I agree with Danny because it's written in the book of life when we're all going to die. That's all written down. But why would you do that?
You couldn't pay me to get in this submarine that these people got in. Like you couldn't even pay me.
I have to wonder
Like this
where
thing
the common
literally
sense was.
looked like a tin can with the window out the side.
Have you seen pictures of it?
Yeah, I got pictures of it on my YouTube.
Oh, I'll have to go check it out because I just know that Danny was telling me, Mom, it's not.
Let me see.
I don't get it. I mean, when he started telling me about it, I'm like, maybe they can save him. Maybe they can take, because that's what I was thinking. Maybe
Well,
they
they
can
already
save
knew they
them.
were dead
But
Sunday.
they already knew that they
It made
weren't.
us think that there was a chance they could live. This is it right here.
Oh my stars! There's no way I'd get in that.
And that's the controller. It's literally a game controller. Literally.
That's a PlayStation.
Like a game controller. That's
Yeah.
exactly what it is.
Oh, you guys, there's no way. There's just no way. I may be going to my demise somehow other way on that day, but there's no way I would have gotten that. There's no way. No way. And go that far under the wall. No. That's crazy.
That was it. A tin can with a game controller. That's what they got in. A tin can with a game controller.
And I agree with you. We're all written down in the book of life of when we're leaving, when we come into the earth and when we're leaving. And, but still, I still have to wonder where their common sense was.
They didn't have any. I put a Bible in the hallway on a table, and my ghost will not come down the hallway now. It was crazy. You could see a shadow in the living room, but it never walks down the hallway like it always does.
Oh, wow.
That could be a bad thing, too, because that means it could be a demon.
Ooh, yeah, Ashley.
Like, if it wasn't a demon, it'd probably still it'd still walk down the hallway.
Right, it's afraid of the Bible, so...
Yeah, that could be a bad thing.
Maybe some holy water, Ashley. Go to a Catholic priest and get you some holy water and say a few bless this house.
Yeah, because if it wasn't
a
a demon, it would still walk down the hallway with the Bible in the hallway.
Because a lot of spirits, they're not afraid of God.
Yeah.
You know, and if it's staying away because you put the Bible there, ooh, be careful, girl. Be careful.
All right, guys, it's like midnight, and Ashley's probably tired because I know it's like 1 o'clock in the morning there. So
I enjoyed talking to you guys.
I'll let you guys go.
Just wanted to do a check-in and talk to you for a little bit and tell you that my twang is my twang.
That's her voice for people that don't know.
I'm definitely a Southerner, and when I heard my voice the other day, I was like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, it's terrible. You know, do I really sound like that? And Danny says, well, Mom, we don't notice what we sound like, and we don't. You know, but when I heard my voice, I was like, oh my gosh, that's just disgusting.
It's your voice.
You know, but I wanted to put a thank you out to Ashley for my coffee. You're a sweetheart, girl. You're a sweetheart. You are the bomb. And you know what? All of you guys are the bomb. You're all sweet and kind, and you have your own opinions, and you're not afraid to share them. and you're not afraid to let everybody else have their opinions too, and still be friends and go on, you know. So that's cool. I love that. I love it when we all can treat each other the way we'd like to be treated, because that's what makes us all special. That's what makes you beautiful. That's what makes you who you are. It's what's in your heart, you guys. It's not what you look like. So don't ever let anybody tell you you're ugly or anything like that, because you're all beautiful. All of you.
All right, guys.
Danny and I hope that you guys have a wonderful night and that you're blessed, and hopefully our ghosts have settled down. Now, Cola hasn't come in the dining room yet, so there's no ghost out there, but a lot of times he'll sit by Danny's door if something's bothering him, and he hasn't been in here tonight.
I haven't heard him scratching by the door. Usually if he's by the door, you'll hear him scratching.
Yeah, so, and he hasn't been there, so it's been pretty quiet tonight so far. And I haven't noticed any silverware in the kitchen.
He's by the door right now.
Is he? She might have heard me say
heard you say his name.
Yeah, because my puppy is my baby, you guys. He's my bestest friend. He's my companion.
Brianna's by the door, too.
He's who I always talk to.
Come say bye to everybody, because I'm getting ready to get off the live.
Here, I'll let you have this seat for a minute, Brianna. You guys be blessed, and thank you for the ones of you who have blessed us in your own ways. We appreciate it. Keep us in your prayers, and we'll keep you in ours. Love y'all. Here you go, Brianna.
Hurry up, because I'm going to...
I just stole your sandals.
You know, it's kind of chilly in here, and your dad said he turned the air down.
Yep.
But it's still kind of chilly.
Hurry up, because
Okay.
I'm getting ready to end the live. So you can tell everybody bye.
Hello, everyone. Hello. I'm stuck. Okay, I'm not stuck anymore. Hello.
Be blessed,
Bye.
everyone.
You got anything to say?
I didn't even hit it. I'm gonna get all of that for her. It costs that much. Do you want me to, like, get rid of some more stuff, or?
That's fine.
Okay.
Just keep it, and we'll do it tomorrow. Can you save it, or do you have to do it right now?
It's already saved.
Okay.
What did you say?
I sent you the link, Bree.
Yeah, I downloaded it. Samuel. Or however you say it. So, yeah.
She got it, Ashley. Alright, guys. Well, I'm going to let you go because it's like midnight. And I got to put some stuff on. I haven't done that at all today.
It's 11:02, guys.
And I don't have time this weekend because... Is it 11?
Yeah, 11:02.
Oh, yeah, this phone's stupid. Yep. Anyways, yeah, I got to list some stuff. So I'll probably do a mute it live here in a minute, but... You want to say bye?
No, not really. But I have to, so bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Maybe we'll do a live with Brianna Monday, because I ain't going to have time this weekend. So Monday, we'll try to do a live with Brianna.
Yeah, because I'm cool like that.
Bye, guys.
Bye.